major crisis is beginning to unfold in Guangdong, China's manufacturing hub.
It's all covered in today's China Truths.
Recently, Swiss media reporters visited Guangdong province, which was once regarded as the world's factory, and found that local factories were firing workers in large numbers, while protests by the unemployed were increasing. A crisis is brewing in Guangdong. On December 30th, the Neue Zürcher Zeitung published the above report by Matthias Kamp, the newspaper's correspondent in China. Guangdong province is China's most important manufacturing center, but after Kamp's personal visit, he found that many local workers had been fired and protests continued to break out. In the article he wrote, Guangdong province was once regarded as the world's factory and the country's economic engine. In Guangdong, workers mass-produce pants, mobile phones, and household appliances. Almost everything that Western consumers need comes from Guangdong. In addition, countless factories serve the domestic Chinese market, but weak domestic demand in China has led to more and more factories in Guangdong closing down. Many Chinese have lost money in the stock market, and the real estate crisis has caused the value of houses to plummet. As a result, people are tightening their purse strings. A survey by the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology found that in Guangzhou, the capital of Guangdong province, 1 in 5 workers currently holds unstable jobs, such as couriers. The article points out that more and more workers are turning their anger to street protests. Data from the U.S. think tank Freedom House shows that the number of strikes across China increased by 27% from July to September 2024 compared with the previous year, and sometimes the strikes were accompanied by violence. In these cases, the disputes mostly focused on layoffs, wage arrears, and wage cuts. The protests are usually small-scale and end within a few days. The article states that the top leaders of the Communist Party of China are worried that if the economic situation deteriorates further, the protests may expand into a large-scale social movement. However, at present, the Beijing government has not found a solution to the problem, and the authorities have responded as usual by strengthening repression and surveillance. Guangdong's well-known textile factory lays off 80% of its employees. According to Sohu.com, a notice document about a well-known textile factory in Zhongshan City, Guangdong, shutting down some production operations and laying off employees on the 25th of this month was circulated on an internet platform recently, which aroused widespread attention. The document shows that the textile factory stated that due to the merger of production capacity to Vietnam Yongxin No. 3 factory, the Zhongshan factory will only retain the development department, and the machinery, equipment, and personnel configuration will be reduced accordingly. After research by the factory management, it was decided to shut down some production operations on December 25, 2024, and terminate the labor contracts with all employees 1 month in advance. According to online news, the textile factory laying off employees this time is Guangdong Zhongshan Tengxing Textile Technology Conan Nai Lada Bai, with a layoff rate of 80%. It is reported that Guangdong Zhongshan Tengxing Textile Technology Commerce Ltd is a textile factory that mainly produces casual shoe fabrics, and its parent company is Huali Group. The group is a powerful local casual shoe manufacturing company and one of the world's leading sports footwear manufacturers. Huali Group's main business is the research and development, manufacturing, and OEM production of sports leisure and outdoor boots, sports sandals, slippers, and other footwear. Its customer base includes well-known brands such as Nike, VF, Deckers, Puma, and Columbia, and its production bases are spread across Southeast Asian countries. Since 2015, the group has been relocating its production capacity to Vietnam and has successively established production bases such as Vietnam Giengda and Vietnam Yonghong. In recent years, relocating production capacity to Vietnam seems to have become a new trend. For example, Baoyuan Shoes, a shoe giant deeply rooted in Zhongshan for many years, and Oasis Shoes, which has operated in Hojie, Dongguan for many years, also plan to move all operations to Vietnam by 2025. In addition, world-renowned sports brands such as Adidas and Nike moved their production capacity to Vietnam years ago. It is generally believed in the industry that Vietnam, an emerging manufacturing country, has more obvious advantages than China, such as cheap labor and low land costs. This means that the overall costs will drop significantly, and profits will increase correspondingly. In addition, many large multinational companies are affected by factors such as trade wars and geopolitical conflicts. Ensuring the stability of the supply chain has become a critical consideration for them. In recent years, major economies such as Europe and the United States have offered tariff concessions for emerging manufacturing countries like Vietnam, and Vietnam has also introduced increasingly favorable policies. Under the combined influence of internal and external factors, more and more capital, technology, production capacity, and resources have begun to flow into Vietnam. For the workers of these multinational companies, the transfer of factories means unemployment, resulting in a significant rise in the number of unemployed people in Guangdong. Large-scale wage demands and strikes broke out in Guangdong. In 2024, China's wave of wage demands started early, beginning in September and October, and the closer it got to the end of the year, the more protests involving wage demands occurred. According to data released by Yiyan.com, a total of 937 protests were recorded in the survey from July to September 2024, of which 41% were labor protests. Protests related to economic demands increased by 27% compared with the same period in 2023. Guangdong Province is the area where protests occur most frequently in China. Not long ago, there were large-scale wage demands and strikes by workers. On October 9, 2024, hundreds of workers at Juxingchen Animation Technology Commercialized in Dongguan, Guangdong, collectively defended their rights due to wage arrears. These workers, who blocked traffic, were violently dispersed by the police, and many were arrested. Some workers stated that they had not received their wages for several months, causing significant difficulties in their lives. The disappearance of their boss left them feeling desperate, forcing them to take such measures to defend their rights. On October 15th of the same year, hundreds of workers at Casmo Factory No. 3 in Dongguan, Guangdong, collectively defended their rights to protest the company's disguised layoffs. Videos from the scene show workers gathered in the factory area, demanding the company protect their legal rights and interests. According to the workers, Cosmo may have been acquired, and the company announced a 2-month holiday to force workers to resign voluntarily, thereby avoiding compensation. The workers expressed anger and dissatisfaction with the company's actions. From October 12th to 14th of the same year, sanitation workers in Nan'an Town, Gaoyao District, Zhaoqing City, Guangdong Province, went on strike for 3 consecutive days due to wage arrears. According to the workers, their wages had been overdue for several months to half a year. In recent days, garbage in Nan'an Town has piled up like a mountain because no one is cleaning it, turning the area into a stinky city. China's economy is in recession, and all industries are depressed. A large number of videos circulating online show that just 1 month after the Chinese New Year, a wave of people returning home has emerged in Shanghai, Guangdong, Jiangsu, and Zhejiang because those who went out to work can't find jobs. Recently, a large number of videos have circulated on short video platforms such as Douyin in mainland China, showing that just over a month after the Chinese New Year, the first wave of returning home in 2025 has begun. In many former manufacturing bases, a large number of people who can't find jobs have started taking buses home. One video shows that at a long-distance bus station in Guangzhou, at least hundreds of people are carrying large and small bags, waiting for buses to return home. The person filming said that because they can't find jobs in Guangzhou, more and more people have no choice but to go home. This year's market, working may be a loss. There are also videos showing that the return home tide in Guangzhou started as early March, with a large number of migrant workers preparing to return home at the station. Many videos also show that stations in Shenzhen, Guangdong, Nanjing, Jiangsu, Suzhou, and other places are crowded with people returning home. Some netizens have also filmed videos showing that trains from Shanghai to Henan were packed with standing passengers, mostly migrant workers who could not find jobs in Shanghai and had to return home. Many mainland netizens ridiculed that this was the reality behind the CCP party media's report that 15 million people returned to their hometowns to start businesses. Some bloggers said that former manufacturing bases such as Jiangsu, Zhejiang, and Shanghai are no longer as prosperous as before, with foreign trade orders disappearing in large numbers and many factories not hiring. Only a few factories with domestic orders are hiring, but wages and benefits have been significantly reduced, while the cost of food and accommodation in coastal areas remains very high. Working will lose money, so a large number of workers have no choice but to return home. In addition to manufacturing, the real estate recession has also seriously impacted employment. A real estate agent in Nanjing, Jiangsu, revealed that while there were nearly 200 construction sites in Nanjing in 2024, it is expected that there will be only 70 throughout the year, a sharp drop of 64%. And the number of workers on construction sites has been significantly reduced. Many migrant workers who went to Nanjing construction sites in search of jobs have now returned home. Xi Jinping's inspection trip was unusual. He looked tired and had gray hair. Recently, Xi Jinping, the leader of the Communist Party of China, visited Guizhou and Yunnan. Observers noted that wherever Xi Jinping went, martial law was nearly enforced, and a large number of extras cooperated in the performance. Xi himself looked tired, aged, and had gray hair. According to the official Xinhua news agency of the Communist Party of China, from March 17th to 18th, Xi Jinping, accompanied by Xu Lin, secretary of the Guizhou Provincial Party Committee, and Li Bingjun, governor of Guizhou Province, visited Qiandong Nanmiao and Dong Autonomous Prefecture, Guiyang City, and other locations for inspection and research. Kai Chi, a member of the Standing Committee of the Political Bureau of the Communist Party of China and director of the General Office of the CPC Central Committee, and He Lifeng, a member of the Political Bureau and vice premier of the State Council, accompanied the inspection. On the afternoon of the 17th, Xi Jinping visited Zhaoxingdong village in Liping County, Qiandongnan Prefecture. According to reports, at the entrance of the village, villagers in ethnic costumes sang a Dong nationality song to welcome Xi. On March 20th, independent commentator Kai Shenken posted on the Overseas X platform, sharing text and pictures. The image stated that during Xi's recent inspection in Guizhou, nearly 1,000 officers and soldiers from public security, market supervision, taxation, and armed police detachments were selected from 12 counties and cities in Qiandongnan Prefecture. They rehearsed in plain clothes for a week. The original inhabitants of Zhaoxingdong village were relocated to Liping County and had to pretend to be personnel for a week to familiarize themselves with the environment. It also stated nearly half a month was spent, and public funds were wasted just for a short 2-hour visit. Before that, the Dong village was renovated, the sanitary environment was cleaned, and blooming cherry and pear trees were moved to the village to enhance the spring scenery. The government covered the cost of new Dong costumes for the Dong girls, and the road from Liping Airport to Zhaoqingdong village was widened and paved with diamond sand oil. Nearly 1,000 people participating in the performance received a subsidy of 300 yuan, RMB per day, which was deposited into their personal accounts in a lump sum for a week. This is how the inspection was arranged. The real issues were not addressed. Instead, false appearances led to self-deception, making leaders believe they were doing well and were beloved by the people. Kai Shenken remarked that, in reality, Xi Jinping took the lead in violating the 8 regulations wherever he went, and subordinates followed suit. How should Kai Chi and Li Shi begin to address this? On the afternoon of March 19th, Xi Jinping visited the Lijiang Modern Flower Industry Park and Lijiang Ancient Town in Lijiang City, Yunnan Province. A video recently circulating online showed Xi Jinping inspecting Lijiang, closely followed by a large number of personal guards. He looked tired, aged, with gray hair and a forced smile. His body appeared even more bloated, possibly due to wearing a bulletproof vest. Local netizens revealed that the towns Xi Jinping passed through were nearly under martial law, with ordinary residents restricted in their movements, forbidden from taking photos, opening windows, or driving Teslas, which were reportedly controlled. Some overseas netizens commented, "He is incompetent in governing the country but knows how to disturb the people. Just putting on a show. He causes disruption everywhere. What is he afraid of? That thick bulletproof vest? How many layers is he wearing? He looks bloated and exaggerated. So many lackeys are following him. The whole ancient city is full of actors. All the tourists are plainclothes agents. He looks worse and worse. He hasn't dyed his hair in a long time. He looks old and frail. I don't see ambition in him, only loneliness and desolation. I see a glimmer of hope." Since the third plenary session of the 18th CPC Central Committee in July last year, various anomalies have emerged within the party's officialdom. Widespread rumors suggest that Xi Jinping has health issues, his power within the party has weakened, military control is in the hands of Zhang Yuxia, and he was reprimanded by CPC elders at the Beidaihe meeting. After the 20th CPC National Congress, China's economy fell into crisis, and internal power struggles intensified. Over the past 2 years, a large number of Xi Jinping's confidants have been dismissed, including former Defense Minister Li Shangfu, former Foreign Minister Qin Gang, and Director of the Political Work Department of the Central Military Commission, Miao Hua. At least a dozen senior military and military industry officials have been arrested. Recently, rumors have circulated online that He Weidong, a member of the 20th CPC Central Political Bureau and vice chairman of the Central Military Commission, has been arrested. So far, Chinese authorities have not refuted the claim.
Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. We will keep reporting on the COVID surge in China, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell to get the latest videos. And thank you for tuning in.